Hello everyone! Today we're going to be doing a Sharkbite Tierlist. So this is the boat, the first one. And this boat, the wooden sailboat, goes to E because it's free. And you can hide on it because it's quite small, so it's okay I guess. Then it's the ducky boat. I'll put it to... I mean, it's not too bad, so I'll put it to C tier. It's pretty good. Same with the fishing and the patrol boat. Actually, no, I'll put the ducky boat to D because these two are better. So next up is the normal yacht. It's pretty good, I guess. It's quite big and you can hide in the pieces if it's destroyed. The only minus is that the shark can see you through this window, or be careful. Other than that, it's a pretty good boat. Then it's the Catamaran. It's actually very good. I'll put it to B probably, because with this boat you can survive almost every round if it's a default shark, because this one is just way too big and only 120 shock teeth. The bunny boat, I'll put it to D tier. It's about the same as the ducky boat, but it has 2 seats, and actually I'll put it to E tier because of the big head, and because of it it's very hard to shoot. But it's free, so you're not paying anything for it. Next up is the unicorn paddle boat. It's a very bad boat. It's outside the worst boat in the game because it barely moves, and absolutely not worth it because of how tall this head is, so it's also hard to shoot. Never buy this. Then it's the pirate ship. I'll put it to C tier because it's quite cool, I guess. Also you can fly with it. That's also quite funny. So, and that's actually a very cheap way of getting the cannonballer badge without having to pay 10 times as much for the Dutchman. Next up is the 2 motorboats. They're very good for price. They can easily outrun the shark. Actually, I'll put it to B tier. Canopy Boat is also B tier because it's very cheap and you're getting a lot for that price. That's pretty good. Then it's the jet skis. So definitely one of the best boats in the game. They're very small, they're very fast. You can easily turn and outrun the shark. I even killed a megalodon once with this. The megalodon couldn't do anything. So if you play very tactical and don't make any mistakes, you can basically outrun any shark besides the Mosasaurus. Then it's the banana boat. I guess it's A tier. It can fit more people, but because of it, it's a little bit slower. And yeah, it's very good actually. If you have a lot of friends, this one is like way better than these two. But if you're alone, absolutely these two. Then it's the candy boat. Definitely S tier, because for the price you're getting basically a nerfed Raptor. We're going to talk about this one a bit later, but it's basically the Raptor, just a little bit worse. Sword boat, I mean, I don't see a point of getting it, to be honest, so it's quite expensive. It is quite fast, but I guess I'll put it to B tier. It's kind of hard to shoot while you're driving or sitting. Next up is Spectre. This one is also S tier because it's the fastest boat in the game. And no, the Raptor is a little bit slower. Even the Mosasaurus without boost cannot catch this boat. It's very fast and only 1200 teeth. So very good, definitely S tier. The Flying Dutchman, it's very big and very good actually, so I'll put it to 8. Why not S tier? Because if you fall you cannot get back up, and the shark will see this big boat and just definitely going to go for it first. But yeah, it's very fast, it has very good handling, and it can basically outrun all of the sharks. Of course, besides the Mosasaurus and the shortfin mako. Next up, the Submarine. It's actually bad, I guess, but I quite like it. I like using it more Then the stealth boat as a submarine, like actual submarine, because it's smaller and it's just cool. It's a very cool boat. And I won't say it's worth the 2000 TIF, but if you have the money, then yeah, go for it. Then is the hovercraft. This one is also S tier because it's very cheap and it's very fast and the handling is just awesome. So definitely worth it. So yeah. Research boat goes to C tier because it does look nice and it does have this cage, but because of the cage it becomes unstable and it's kind of hard to drive it, and the cage itself doesn't do anything because the shark can just eat you through the cage. Boat itself is very slow and it's not worth it. Why would you buy this over, I don't know, like a jet ski? It's quite expensive too. The coffin boat also S tier because it has the best turning in the game. So yeah, that's one reason why it's S tier. Another reason that it's also quite fast and can outrun almost every shark. I wouldn't mind using this over the jet ski, but just the jet ski is a little bit faster and you can easily shoot from the shark from the back, unlike this one. The Deluxe Yacht is the second biggest boat, also S tier because, actually I'll put it to A tier. It's the second biggest boat. You can survive every round, but as long as it's not Mosasaurus. But I just don't know, the handling of it is just so bad, so it's quite hard to drive it. But yeah, for 1000 TIF, definitely worth it. If you're a type of person who likes to camp and like not attack the shark. Next up is the military boat. I'll put it to, I mean it's quite slow. It has one turret only, but it has a lot of seats, so I'll put it to A tier. For 3500 TIF, it's pretty good. It got a turret, but I don't know, I feel like jet ski plus a gold gun is way better than this, or the banana boat if there's a lot of people. Stealth boat. Now, to be honest, I have no idea where to put this. I'm not a big fan of it. I guess I'll put it to A tier because it's one of the best boats in the game. It's just not my style of boat. People use this to hide underwater, which I hate, but that's almost like 95% chance of winning if you hide underwater. This boat also can fly and go ghost mode, but the ghost mode doesn't do anything and it makes the shark easier to see you. It's one of the fastest boats in the game, but I don't know, I just don't like the wings and just the overall thing. It does have a turret, so that's cool. For chess round, I'll still use the submarine, but that's my own opinion. Destroyer, no, this is the best boat, one of the best boats again, because it has 3 turrets, not 1 or 2, 3 turrets. And if you have like 2 friends, so you can all get a pretty good guns. Yeah, it's actually very good. The only minus is that it can easily flip, and that's a problem, a very big problem. So if it flips, then you're basically dead. So be careful. Now Titanic. I don't think it's a very good boat. I'll put it to B tier because it is very big. You can survive almost every round, but it's just boring. It's boring to drive it because it's way too big. It barely turns, so it is the same speed as the default sharks, but a boosted shark can easily catch up. It's almost like 90% win if you use the Titanic, unless it's a Mosa, of course. But I just don't like it. It's very slow and just not my style of boats. But it is quite exclusive. So yeah, and we're left over with the off-sale boats. So the 3 sleds definitely go here, to A tier. Actually no, this Ice 2019 sleigh, I'll put it to B tier, and this one to S tier because it's the rarest one of all of them. This one is okay, it's also quite rare. Then we have the Rock Hopper boat. This one is basically a ducky boat, but just a different texture, and it's a little bit rarer, has a funny horn sound, so I'll put it to C because of rarity of it. So the Froggy Boat goes to A tier because it's just very rare, like you can never see these. After like 1 year of playing, I never saw a single one of them. I do own this boat and I'm just proud to own it. Because the toy itself is quite expensive. It's $10, just one small figure. So many people just don't buy it for the Froggy Boat because it's literally a ducky boat. But again, the ducky boat is not too bad, so I'll go put it here. The RGB turret sleigh, it's also very rare. This is like probably the second rarest boat in the whole game, and it has also turret, and it looks very cool. From this image, it doesn't like look cool, it's just like different colors, but in reality it's RGB, like full on RGB, and it's also quite fast, so you can outrun the shark. And the only reason I got it is because MC Mecha helped me get it, so thank you to her. Next up is the Raptor, absolutely the best boat in the game, one of my favorites, because it's just very good. Like, it is the second fastest boat, just like a few thoughts per second slower than the Spectre, but it has a better acceleration, so that's already this boat. Then has better handling than Spectre, so that's another point. Then it's the looks, it just looks very nice. I love the looks, and this is my favorite color, so that's also quite cool. And it's also somewhat rare, so yeah. This is my boat tier list. Actually, I'll put the Canopy Boat here because it's a little bit like, I don't know how to say it. It's basically a nerfed Raptor for a very good price. So yeah, I'll put it to A tier. Same with this. After thinking more, I'll put it also to A tier because the boat itself is not that good. It can also easily flip, and nah, I don't like it. Let me know what you think, and now let's go for the guns. So let's start with the rifle. It's free, so I'll put it to C tier. It cannot be D because it's free, everyone gets it, and it's quite okay for being free. I mean, what do you want? You didn't pay anything for it, so a decent gun, I guess. Next is the Harpoon. It is absolute D tier because it's just so bad. It's literally the worst gun in the whole game. It takes forever to reload, and it just takes like so much longer to kill the shark, unlike the rifle. It's also harder to use. Then the shotgun, I guess it's also C tier. It's just not my type of gun. I used it like a few times only because of how bad it is, but it's 350 thief, so for that price it's okay, I guess. The rocket launcher is probably A tier because it's the best starter gun, and with the reload glitch, it's very easy to kill the shark and very fast too. Pumpkin launcher, B tier. It's the same price as the gift launcher, but like way worse. It doesn't shoot as many mines as the gift launcher, and it's the same price, so why wouldn't you get the gift launcher instead? Speaking of a gift launcher, S tier, because it's very easy to shoot with it, and the shark just takes so much damage, and if you shoot all of the mines into one person, they will just lag out because of how many entities there are. This is probably one of the best guns for the Titanic public round, because you can easily shoot the shark from anywhere basically. Web launcher, it's also quite good. I'll put it to A tier. Actually no, I'll put it to B tier. It's basically a ray gun, just a little bit worse. Speaking of ray gun, the best weapon in my opinion. It's my favorite weapon because 2 years ago it was the best and the most expensive gun, and it was the best one, and I still think to this day that it is the best one. It's just very good. Like for a jet ski strategy, this is the best one. I always use this. AK-47. It's also I'll say it's S tier because some people like to use this one with the jet ski. It is also very good, but just a little bit worse than the ray gun. But they're very similar because the AK-47 has 30 bullets and the ray gun only has 20. Ray guns bullets do more damage. Then it's the Commando. This one, I mean, I'll put it to A because it's basically the AK-47, just a little bit worse and a little bit cheaper. Shark Blaster, S tier. The only problem I have with it is when the head of the Shark Blaster goes off, it just breaks your Roblox character physics, and I died many times because of it, and that's the reason why I still use the ray gun over the Shark Blaster. Minigun, A tier. Actually no, I'll put it to S tier as well. I mean, I don't know how to say it. It takes forever to reload, but when you do reload with its 150 bullets, it can basically just like take 2/3 of the shark's health. It's very OP, but the only problem is it takes forever to reload, and it's also the most expensive gun. So I don't recommend this one. It's only good for a straight line. If the shark goes straight line to you, then it's easy. But then in other situations, it is quite bad. So I'll put it to S tier. The Squid Sniper, I guess it's B, because if you have the Titanic or the Deluxe Yacht, you can go on the roof and just shoot the shark from across the map, and it does damage the shark quite good, so you can do anything when the shark is close. So I wouldn't recommend buying it, but it's quite cool. And the last one is the Candy Sniper, I think that's what it's called. It's basically a Squid Sniper, just a nerfed version of it, but since it's rare, it's actually quite rare, so I'll put it also to B tier. So this is the gun tier list. Yeah, let's move to shark tier list. Let's start with the normal shark. I wouldn't say it's bad because I mean it's free, so it's like it's quite hard to rate the shark because of the prices, but I guess it's not too bad, so I'll put it to C tier. Then it's the Skelly Shark. This one I'll put it to D tier because it is very expensive. Before it was 1,300 teeth, now it's 750 teeth, I think. So definitely not worth it. This Hammerhead is 600 teeth, and it just feels completely different. It feels like the Mosasaurus. You can go up from the water, and it just feels completely different, like these two sharks. So this one is definitely S tier. Actually, I'll put to A tier. It's definitely worth it, and buy this if you want a new shark. Then it's the short fin mako. I'll also put it to A tier because it's the second fastest shark in the game, and its boost is just very good, and you can catch up to any boats, even the Spectre and the Raptor. Megalodon, I don't know how to put it. I guess it's also A tier. It's a little bit better than the short fin mako. It's just bigger. It's the biggest shark in the game. The only problem is it's quite slow, so it's very hard, almost impossible to catch up to a Spectre if they don't make any mistakes at all. So I guess it's also A tier, but I'll still go for this short fin Mako. And Mosasaurus, of course. We're not gonna talk about this one. It's literally the fastest shark in the game, so. Then is the Ghost Shark. It's a B tier because it came back after like a year. So for daytime, which is most of the time it's daytime, it's very hard to see this shark, unlike this one. But for night, it's literally the worst shark. So tell me what you think in the comments. The Rudolph Shark, it's quite funny because it's just a normal shark, but it has Christmas like decorations on it. It's Rudolph. So, for example, in summer, this Rudolph can just eat everything. That's quite funny. So it's also decently rare. I only saw one of these after the Christmas event ended, like after a few months of the Christmas event, so it is quite rare. So this is my Sharkbite Sharks tier list, and yeah, thanks for watching. Tell me what you think and if you agree or disagree with me, and I'll see you later.